again today for our second match. This is Flanks 06, continuing our PvP tournament. And today, or at least for our second match of today, we have Adria here versus Gaia.
Hi.
Thanks for coming to play, guys. Excited to see what happens here. So they have already did their initial rolls. Adria has won that, and she has chosen to pick first, which she will do now.
I really liked Renkier the other day, so take him.
All right, Rankier. All right, so picking Talia.
Is there first aid?
Is there first aid?
Yes.
No, we haven't been using first aid.
Okay.
All right, match 11 here, everyone. Continuing on, Adria here, winning her first match and then losing to Taishin, the PvP champion of last season. Now got moved to the losers bracket, but I don't think it's really probably going to be the end of her. We'll see. As Taishin is, of course, the highest seeded person, so it was going to be a challenging fight for her to win, and even that one wasn't too far off.
Juliet, second.
Gaia here, I know, is a newer player, so but it doesn't necessarily mean that he can just lose because he's a newer player. But we'll see as he's going on how he's doing.
Okay.
And all right, so Adria's first pick, Rankier, very consistent hero. Personally, my favorite character because of his versatility, how consistent he is with his abilities, and basically you're always getting something good with Rankier. And then Juliet, also a very consistent character with that Icy Wind ability, some AoE between Winter's Breath and Blizzard, and then Hurricane being able to put a permanent damage and movement effect on somebody. Talia here on the other side, we've seen quite a bit of Talia. Here's her alternate artwork, Gaia deciding to pick. Very strong healer. Then we got Liz, one of the new Tenaris Adventures dual hybrid characters. Has some really strong potential for range characters with Petrifying Gaze, as that Petrifying Gaze, which makes somebody not be able to move if they have a valid target to attack, and that is a pretty common situation for a ranged character. And then, of course, also some of the other great abilities of Medusa's Head, being able to move the Petrifying Gaze to another character, and then Cursed Blades, which is the strong weakened effect, and being able to transfer it to somebody else. What's your next pick?
Yeah, sorry, it's down to 2.
Down to 2.
I know what my last one's gonna be. Just not sure what I want for this one.
All right.
Got that. Something I want a melee.
Okay.
It's the passive on these guys again. Adjacent to at least one of your allies.
Yeah, tacticians gotta work together with other melee characters most of the time, or ranged ones if they're on top of them.
Yeah.
Adria finishing her last pick
go
here.
With go with Mirror. I like Mirror.
All right, Mirror the Assassin. Definitely a pretty awesome tactician character with the ability of that permanent 6 damage from River of Blood. Oh, we're seeing Haran. You're gonna pick tank, you said?
Yes, tank.
Okay.
So what is he picking? I've never seen Heron used.
So Haran gets to basically mimic a different class that's not on the team. So he's gonna pick tank,
Okay.
and I think how we've done it in the past is basically just like I mean there is the little card that's written here that tells you what everything is. And then sometimes we just place like another hero pad behind it so that way you could like easier reference some of the things. But
Okay, so it's like just sort of offset
the
underneath it.
yeah, the card you could do as well. It's just,
You take
yeah,
stats and the
yeah,
passive.
yeah.
And then
Okay.
All right, Adria's last pick here, Jade, a very powerful healer character. Be able to help move her allies around the battlefield, and of course apply that really powerful Inspire Greatness effect, which we've seen many times before. Now Haran, not a character we see very often at all. He's not considered one of the better hero characters usually, but it'll be interesting to see how he is used in this
I'm
battle.
picking Belarus.
Awesome.
okay.
Okay, so we'll do hero placement next. So yep, roll to see who is going to go first and second. All right, an 11 for Adria. And 15. All right,
15.
Gaia, do you want to play first or second?
Um, I go first.
Okay. All right. So you will get to place first, and then Adria, you got to pick which side you want to be on.
I'll just stay on this side, the side that I'm already on.
Okay. Sounds good.
So it's easier that way.
Most people do, although XR thought it was funny in the last game to pick the alternate side specifically because I mentioned it to him. So, all right. So pick whichever is going to be your first hero.
Okay, so it will be Belarus.
Okay.
Placing it around there. Here.
All right, so Veneris being placed very aggressively right along that line, but on the one side of the board, which usually a lot of people kind of stay towards the middle, but kind of interesting that he's going to the bottom side of the board here. All right, so let's see who Adria will pick as her
Let's go
essentially
with
response to Veneris. So on Gaiastrom's team here, we have essentially
I'm gonna put Mirror out first, I think.
3 melee-ish range, mostly melee type characters, but Haran does have some mix of abilities, same as Liz does. All right, so Mir is the response, and Mir looks like she is being placed in a pretty aggressive position as well, which could be a kind of risky move,
Yeah,
but we'll
that'll
kind
do
of
for
see how it goes. All right, next up looks like it is Liz, who will be the second
So Liz,
character to go
yeah.
for Gaiastrom. And he is opposing Mir right there from the beginning. So getting right in Mir's face, and we'll just have to see how that plays out.
Oh, nope. Need to deselect everything, so I only pick up one. Well, let's try and trigger that passive right off the bat. Okay.
All right, so Adria picking rank here next, trying so she has
I
two melee
place
characters in
Haroon
a
in the
row.
back.
All right, now he is playing Haroon. Geistrom responding with Haroon there right at the start. Um, so a very so he's got kind of a mix of the melee, range-ish melee, another melee character, and then a healer. While on Adria's side, she's going to go with two melee characters in a row, and then her two range characters in a row. So oftentimes people like to alternate those, but you don't have to. It's not necessarily a recipe for losing or anything. Just sometimes good, just so you can get that alternating option between ranged and melee, but not horrible. All right, Juliet going up next here for Adria. Um, so placing her right on top of that altar, that'll be a good spot for her. Although she does have icy wind, so she doesn't really need the blessed condition when she is doing that ability. But if she does want to use Winter's Breath and make sure she at least getting that first strike, that will be
Okay,
beneficial.
Juliet's out, so you can place your last one there.
And then last up here will be Talia. Both healers kind of bringing up the rear of both teams. So we have Talia being
Okay,
placed
so
next. See how conservative he's going with her. With Haran, he placed Haran very far back, especially for picking a tank character. It's kind
Talia
of
became
interesting that he picked that far back for that character, but maybe he wants to try to use some of the ranged abilities of Haran from there. All right, last one here. Jade is up next. Jade is up to be placed next, and then we will be just about ready to go. All right, so here on the other side, I think he needs to place his tokens, and we should be ready to go. All right, so Jade being placed kind of mid-ish ground, a little bit further back on her side, but kind of staying towards that center of her team. Okay, so now that you guys have finished placing, I've been kind of helping lay out cards for people here. But if you want to kind of range them however you want, go ahead. So next up is picking heroic actions, and then we'll get started. So go work on picking a heroic action, and then we'll finish up.
I've done it already.
Oh, okay, good. Did you, Adria, pick yours already?
I'm just in the process of doing that
Okay.
now. Wanted to look at a few things. Oh, that's right. You can't draw a hand from the search thing.
Yeah.
So I want that one. I'm just looking to see which ones I want, and then I'll draw them.
All right, so we're about to get started here with match number 11. With match number 11 here, we are going to be officially halfway through our tournament. There should be 22 games, so we are
Take that one. Okay.
exactly halfway now.
And
It's been a fun tournament so far. Seeing all the options that people have been picking. Tenaris Adventurers heroes have been getting a lot of
that one I'm
selection.
keeping.
We haven't seen some characters quite as often, I believe. I'm actually trying to think now if we haven't seen a character yet. I'm unsure if Liana has been played yet in the tournament, or Sir
Right,
Eric
they're all picked.
has been used. Okay, all right. Well, whenever you are ready, Gaistrom, then get started.
Okay.
Actually, just as a reminder, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Given that he's got his own special white token for hit points, we can put the roll token on his sheet.
Yeah. And it's the top one too, so be able to remember that. All right, so we are getting started. Oh, Gaistrom picking
So
what he will do with Veneris. So rank here right on top of
first
Veneris
thing
here. So he will
will
have
be
to.
Blade Dance of the Damned,
All right, Dance of the Dam. So he'll be able to move any number of
melee
enemies
range,
within 5
and
squares.
10 damage.
All right,
Okay,
go
and
ahead.
you're
Roll ahead.
targeting rank here, I assume?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yes.
so you'll take 4 non-lethal damage.
correct. 7, that's a hit.
Just, yep.
Any reactions?
What was that?
No.
Sorry, what did you say?
No reactions.
You mean interrupt?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I
So,
don't get a reaction because that wasn't a ranged attack, but
yeah, it was a melee attack.
I did do my passive Circle of Retribution, which did 4 damage to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so 10 damages, and
Okay. Are you okay with me moving the hit points, or do you want to do it there?
you can do it yourself.
Okay, so it was 10 damage, so it goes from 65 to 55.
And so Winter is weakened,
Yep.
and
So,
I can move Mir and Winter 1 square.
yep. I don't know how Max was doing it before, but we've been using the cards to track any type of effects, non-damage effects. So in this case, you'll need to make sure to place the Dance of the Damned card here on rank here, so that way it's tracked that he's weakened. Okay, so you get to move. You said rank here and mirror one
Yeah.
space. Yep.
So uh, ranking will be moving here,
Okay. There, where's mirror
and
move?
yes, Mir will go. Should be moved here.
All right.
Okay.
Is that it?
Okay.
Are you done?
I'm moving Veneris
Sidestepping
here.
over here.
No, not that sidestepping.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna
You're not
Down
move.
here.
sidestepping, so you're going to take the reaction attack then?
No, I'm not leaving.
No, that still provokes a reaction. It's
Yeah.
not
Really?
D&D. It's not D&D rules. It's
Oh, okay.
any space next to you. So you could sidestep and move one
So
space
I
there.
don't. I don't.
Okay. So you're not moving.
Okay, you don't want to sidestep because you can move one space without inciting a reaction.
Okay. So that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Uh,
So just
Mir's
make
turn.
sure to use your move your token down when you're done.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Mir.
All right, Mir has 6 move, and she's gonna go ahead and get River of Blood out here, hopefully.
All right, so an
Um,
early River of Blood. Now Mir does have a
So she can hit
possibility to
Venaris, or she can
um,
hit
get
Liz.
Veneris mobbed here if she moves into position, which she could pretty easily do. It'd probably
I
be a
think I'm
good
gonna go
dice, but
ahead
she
and
wants
hit
to assure.
Liz. Get rid of some of
Oh.
that locking down stuff.
Okay.
So she.
So might risk
Okay, so she
potentially
can
missing
move up to
it.
3 spaces after hitting if I
Now
want
Liz
to.
does have a little bit lower defense than Veneris does.
Oh, she won't get. Oh, hitting Liz, she won't get the extra passive. Actually, maybe I will hit Venaris then.
That's a good
Just to
plan
get the
there.
bonus damage.
Get
So
that.
she's gonna move 1, 2, and she's going to use
And
River of Blood
she won't be able to
on
be
Venaris. Do you
mobbed
have
in
any
that.
interrupts?
No, I don't think neither
think-
character have interrupts.
Or either.
Or
Yeah,
either
okay, that's
player
fine.
has interrupts.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I just thought I'd double check in case I was missing something. You're missing one. So defense
Do I
is.
incite reaction attack if I have
Oh, yeah.
long range, but not
No.
not long range,
No.
but medium range?
You would only incite a reaction attack if somebody moves away that's adjacent to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving to you doesn't do any. And I didn't start adjacent to you, so I don't trigger the
Yeah.
path either.
Circle
I
retribution.
thought I could attack with Liz then, but I don't.
Okay, so
Okay,
defense 7.
so Adria there
River
missing
Blood.
that opportunity for mobbing, and that's
That's
going to
a
be a
great
miss.
start.
Now, unfortunately, that would have been a miss
So
no
you
matter
take
what.
15 residual damage. So 61 to 51.46. That and for that. So
And
she
unfortunately, a
moved.
miss
She can move up to
right
3
there at the
spaces
beginning.
now as a benefit as part of that action. Because that happens after the attack.
Wait a second. You said River Blood. So River Blood doesn't have any benefit.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm looking at
Yeah.
ambush. Never mind. So yeah, no. Okay, she'll stay there then. So she moved. Her passive doesn't trigger because she didn't hit.
Yep.
And I am done.
All right. So Liz is up. All right, so unfortunately, a big miss there for Mirren, but with rolling that one, there wouldn't have been anything that she wouldn't have been able to do to make that hit, unfortunately, even with that mob.
Using Petrifying Gaze.
Okay.
On Jade.
Okay.
Wait. Where am I? No, I'm going to use it on Juliet.
Okay.
So it's defense 6.
And I have +1 to my attack. Because of
Yeah.
that
So
attack
for
benefit.
5.
Oh.
2,
Miss.
3. So
it's 5 residual damage to Juliet.
And
I'll move that here for you. So you won't be able to trigger your passive.
Yes,
because
I can't.
Yeah.
And
So unfortunately, Liz wouldn't have been able to focus in this situation either, since she was she had Mir too close to her. So she wouldn't have gotten it unless she was standing like on a bless, but then that wouldn't have been a good attack to use on it. And Juliet's kind of blocking the altar, making it difficult to try to get in there.
6, 7. No.
So you have a movement 6. Okay.
Thank you. Or no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right, so Liz trying to
And
get
Are you
around
done?
there. So
that's
Renkier's turn.
yes.
Okay. So what do I have? I
Renkier is
have
here,
weakened,
weakened
so
on
that's 3 less
his turn.
damage. Yeah. Okay.
In this case,
My passive activates.
Sorry?
she hasn't done anything yet.
I haven't done anything yet. I was
Yes,
just
but
looking at the
oh
card.
yes.
Um. That does that.
So this might be an opportunity potentially to use Searing
So I'm
Vengeance.
going to sidestep to here.
The cool thing about Searing Vengeance is if you miss, you get 10 residual damage instead of 5. And what's better about it is
Means you're -3 defense.
-3. Okay.
And then I am going to use, because you're exposed, I'm going to go ahead and use Dragon Blood to attack.
So my passive activates.
Yep.
Isn't it first the roll then
Your passive
the
is just
damage?
straight
you,
4
you
damage.
just
Oh
you
yes.
just do damage. You don't have to roll for it. So yeah,
Oh
he
yes.
took the 4 damage, and you
Yeah.
did Dragon Bloods, so you're blessed.
Oh yeah, let's see if I get a crit.
And
Nope.
nope.
But I got a bad roll out of the way. So that is 11 damage to
So
Benares.
what I was
So it
gonna
goes from
say.
46 to 35.
So you are weakened or
Oh,
weakened, so
right,
-3
right.
damage.
3, so give that back. And
So the nice thing
then
about Searing
Dragon
Vengeance
Blood,
is if you do
I am
miss,
immune
which
to new effects from enemies, except for passive powers for the next round.
you would get that 10 damage, and weaken would not
So
actually
that's,
count against you because it's only on hit
so
that
it's to
weaken
new
triggers.
effects, so that doesn't undo the one that's already there.
Okay.
So I moved. His passive doesn't trigger on his turn. I attacked. I am done.
All right, so
Go.
all right, so it's Haron's turn. Trying to get the status tokens here.
Yes, so it's
Okay.
easier to access.
All right, go ahead. So
So
Haron here getting started with probably ranged attack, although it sounds like if he was taking these tokens that maybe he was considering change shape where he can choose a combatant and apply any condition on it, and the condition ends once used, except for hasten of slowed, of course.
I'm moving here, here,
You can
here.
just pick up your character and move them
Okay.
as you're going. So 3, you're at 3 right now.
Uh,
You have a movement of 6 since you're a tank.
and I'm I believe I'll stay here.
Okay.
So I lose all my movement points left. I'll be using
500 faces, I assume, since that's the only thing in
yes.
you could hit with. All right. So who's your target?
I believe I can target Jade.
Jade's a little too far.
She's one
Really?
space out of range.
Yep. 1, 2,
Oh,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, one space out.
okay.
could move one more if you wanted to, since you haven't actually attacked yet. I'm sure Adria would be fine.
Okay.
Yep.
So moving to the left.
Okay. So making 500 faces on Jade.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, roll.
That's defense 7.
So 500 faces there, being able to copy that primary attack and then
Okay.
move up to
So
2 squares and make a primary attack, which is it's cool because you get.
it's heroic melody.
Yeah, just roll first to see if you get it,
Oh yes.
and then
First.
we'll figure out the other parts.
So I targeted that.
All right, so that's a miss. So it'll be 5 residual
Okay.
damage. So another miss here for Gaia Strom. Not good. The challenge of that
So she
ability
goes
is
from
you get a
60 to
copy
55.
someone else's effect, which is cool, and you get to go and then
I will
make
always
it, but you
call
have
out the
to roll
numbers if I'm moving the
twice.
tokens, so if my math is off, then you can yell at me.
All right. We'll make sure to yell at you. Don't worry.
Okay.
So it just makes it a little harder to use because you have to roll twice and only one
So
attack's going to do
and the
damage.
turn goes to Gaia. Your turn.
Okay. I am gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use that to. I'm gonna want to sidestep, and then who do I want to hit?
Juliet here has Liz on top of her, needs to take a sidestep before she makes
Okay, so I
her
can hit
attack
anyone but
here.
Thalia. If I'm only sidestepping,
So you're sidestepping
I'm gonna sidestep to
Juliet.
here. Yep.
Okay.
And then I think she can hit.
I
Yep.
believe you're in
Yeah.
range. You can
Yep.
see.
So she can
Can you
hit.
see? Can you see?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's
She
line
can
of sight
hit
there.
Veneris
This
from there.
isn't wall.
Yeah.
So I could hit
Is,
Venaris
I
or
believe
Liz.
this is this a wall?
No.
Nope. That is just
No,
artwork.
it's not.
Yeah. Yep. I know. It's gotten a lot of people.
Yeah, it looks different from the rest of the wall.
Yeah.
So because there's
It's,
one there's a
well,
spot over here too.
it's harder to see, of course in Tabletop Simulator we're not getting, the same definition. So I'm sure in real life this probably looks significantly easier to tell it's not a wall.
Yeah.
To me it was a statue, but
Yeah. So what attack are you declaring?
I am going to go ahead and use Frost Hurricane
Okay.
because that's an always on thing.
All right. So
And I
Adria's
think I'm
trying to
gonna go
use a
with
lot of
the
her permanent
easier to
damage
hit
effects right at the
Liz
beginning
rather than I
here.
was thinking Haroon, but he's harder to
Not
hit.
a bad idea,
And I
although
already
at the
missed on
same
one special,
time
so
kind of risking it a little bit
yeah.
since
So we'll do Frost Hurricane against Liz.
she won't
So
have
that's defensive 6.
her focus
so
or
against
anything else.
Lee.
So Frost Hurricane on Liz. That's a defense 6, and she gets
Oh,
it.
I guess I would have got accuracy elsewhere. Oh well, too late now. I should have done that. Yeah. All right. So that is a hit on Liz. So Liz will take 22 damage right now. So she's at 65 down to 45, 43. Didn't get accuracy because I didn't pick the further away target. And then at the end of Liz's turns, I get to move her one space and deal damage to her.
Yep. Awesome. Okay.
Stepped, she moved, she didn't get her passive. I'm done.
Okay.
I stepped, attacked, and yeah.
So my turn. Oh, Actually opting for Shield of Ignorance
Uh,
from Talia.
Discord crashing here.
Oh, that's not good.